I'm sure that's not the first you've heard that, but came with a bit of a swirl.
All right, Rick. One of the reasons that I created that compilation of clips is to show the different false teachers that Michael Brown promotes. And I could go on because he's been with Vlad Savchuk and some of the other demon slayers, I believe, Isaiah Saldivar, and so the list goes on and on. And he constantly is holding these teachers up, teachers like Sid Roth. He's holding them up in high regard. He is promoting them to the church, saying, "Oh, we may not agree with everything here, but that's okay because hey, we can find common ground in the gospel and in other areas." So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I made this clip, just to show, and the next clip as well with Remnant Radio we'll be looking at in just a second. But I mean, this is really a big deal. Some might not think it is a big deal, but it is a big deal. And I know Michael Brown doesn't think it's a big deal. Michael Brown thinks he's doing the right thing, but Michael Brown's not doing the right thing, is he?
No, this is really a big problem, and I think it stems. Part of the problem is that we can get we put so much trust in the leaders in the church, and he's got a degree. Dr. Brown, like you said, is an intelligent man, and then the other thing that sort of leads people to trust in them is that they do have the odd good teaching. I mean, Dr. Brown is very firm on certain sins, and he doesn't compromise in certain areas. And so because you accept that and you admire his boldness in one area, you get sucked in, and this is the problem. And I mean, Romans 16, mark and avoid those who bring a doctrine contrary to what we see in the scriptures. And ironically, I mean, you played the last person there was Jennifer Leclerc, right? So
right.
For those who don't know, she's the one who came up with a sneaky squid spirit, yeah. And it invented all kinds of spirits when actually, the works of the flesh are attributed to a demon. So instead of dying to self and crucifying the flesh, people like her and demon slayers come along and chase out, something. But it's funny enough, I was actually watching one of her teachings last week, and she was speaking about how dangerous it is to live wherever there's a large body of water, like the ocean or a lake, because of the numerous water spirits in that area. So I was wondering, does this lady ever take a bath? Because you're going to plunge yourself into water, So it is so ridiculous and tragic. And I'm thinking as well, now that I think about it, Dr. Michael Brown, he also defended Christ alignment once, if I'm not mistaken. And that is a heretical, occultic posse down in Australia who attend New Age fairs and offer readings for a small amount. That's, by the way, is Ben Fitzgerald from Awakening Europe. That's his mother. So Dr. Brown is giving credence to all these false teachers. And it's really sad, Daniel, because he's going to be accountable before God one day for leading people into deception by his association and even platforming with and giving a platform to false teachers.
Yeah. And he defends himself constantly over and over again. I think about, I mean, he talked about making a prophecy there on Sid Roth. And speaking of Sid Roth, he's constantly defended Sid Roth because he knows Sid Roth, and Sid Roth is his good friend. And so, yeah, it's just sad. And yet Sid Roth has some of the most blatant heretics on his show. It's just absolutely mind-boggling to me that he can sit there and defend Sid Roth or Kevin Zadai. He's defended Kevin Zadai and wrote a foreword to Kevin Zadai's heretical book. We'll look at some of the things that Kevin Zadai says here later on in the program, and some of the things that he's saying in this clip is actually in the book that Michael Brown wrote a foreword to. So it's just absolutely. I don't understand it. I really just don't, But we also have the Remnant Radio guys doing the same. Now, the difference between, I think, the Remnant Radio guys is they try to have all genres of Christianity, or all branches of Christianity on their program. I believe Jordan Cooper, who has been very influential in me becoming a Lutheran, was on the Remnant Radio program. And so, I mean, that's the difference. But they are still very weak when it comes to defending biblical truth. So let me play this clip for you. This is another compilation of them with their guests. So check this out.
So everyone in the chat would say, I'm a Christian. A demon could never be in me, controlling me. So we have these oppressed or possessed. If I post something right now on Instagram, Christians can have demons. 99.9% of the comments are going to come and say, Christians can't be possessed. Christians, I didn't say possessed. I said Christian can have a demon. And I always go back to, like you said, the daimonizomai, the original text is to be under the power of a demon.
We need Mike to introduce himself. Okay, he oversees the International House of Prayer. I think we've got that. Yeah.
All of the blogs on the internet about him are completely true. So just go read any of them. Just read any of them.
That's your introduction.
And you'll get your introduction.
Yeah, like one guy was so excited and we were meeting. He goes, I just love it. He goes, I wanted to hear all your stories. I'll go on the internet. I said, please don't.
This is something that I'm interested in, because I've heard you say, Jesus did everything as a man, but even more recently, I've heard you say he never stopped being God.
Never.
Can you unpack that
Yeah,
for me?
yeah,
Give me your
Well,
understanding
can I just
of
read the
Christology.
Bible?
Yeah, please. Hey, you don't have to ask us. You won't do? Yeah, not on the theology program.
Okay. No. I just want to read. Yeah. I have so many. I love the YouVersion because I've got all these different translations.
Absolutely.
So good. But I would love to read.
You on Philippians too?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.